Hello, beautiful twin flames. How are you all doing? So, there is an upcoming new moon, and I do apologize if there was there was an error in my previous video in which I did say it was an upcoming full moon, which made which was just, I think, Mercury retrograde. Um, and since it's a weird time of the night, and there have been very intense downloads coming, and then suddenly there have been certain very important messages which have been coming down, and one of them was about it was an example of how the paradigm that we are supposed to be shifting, for example, and I was um, not even asking, or I it was not a question that I was meditating on very specifically, but obviously we all have been curious, what does it really mean? How does Of course, some things are very apparent to twin flames. For example, we all know that there is always a kind of a distance. It can be age difference, um, or 10 or more years younger, or the man is much older, or there's you are in two different continents, or there is a divide of religion or belief systems there, or you are from a very conservative family, but you are gay, and so there are a whole amount of social paradigms which are to be broken. But it is not just as breaking certain barriers, or loving someone from another religion. Even small things, and what was brought to me was about, say, commitment. And if we are talking about, even if we have learned to move past the socially accepted forms of marriage, or what that entails of living together, or that it is according to certain rituals dictated by your particular religion, or it is for the benefit of society or declared in society. Even if you have understood by now that it is much more about the soul connection, the sacred uh, marriage of the souls, and that you belong to each other timelessly, eternally, and forever, but not in that sense of uh, belonging. It is the knowing that you are one already, and you will understand why I'm bringing this up by and by. It is connected to several things today that I'll be speaking about. But one of them being in the um, commitment sense. When we, for example, propose in the traditional sense, the man or the woman carries a ring and asks the other person to commit to them. Turning this on its head, when you are very sure, when you are ready for committing, regardless of how it looks on the physical, on the surface, it's about, um, for example, you and this is, of course, for people who are in contact with their twin flame, where both do recognize each other with twin flames. So this may not resonate with everybody, and everyone's situation and template is different. Please understand, I'm just giving an example. So, when you are ready for it all, and accepting the situation as it is, accepting that they still have certain things to complete in their life, and whatever your situation might be, when you feel 100% ready, it's about, for example, if you're using the example of the ring, uh, you asking them to put the ring on you, not as their commitment to you, but as accepting that you are fully committed to them, and now you're going to go ahead, and let them go ahead with their life till they feel equally ready in, be it emotionally or be it freeing themselves of certain karmic baggages or past, or healing certain wounds, or getting over commitment phobia, getting out of a certain situation that they feel stuck or bound in, whatever the situation is. So turning it on its head, that is what, for example, is the hangman energy in this. Changing paradigms can be as simple as that or as complicated as that. I do hope you kind of figure out what I'm trying to say with that. The commitment is not asking the other to commit to you, but rather having the courage, the stability, the peace, the happiness with your own life, your circle of friends, your employment, your everything else, you being in such a good space that you can proclaim to the person that I am 100% committed, and when you are, I know you will reciprocate likewise. So it may not be possible in the physical currently, but it was just an example. So take it as it resonates or apply it as it can be. Um, then there was something, and I have just got my notebook because I literally wrote it down as it was coming, and there were few words I did miss because it comes down really fast, and sometimes I cannot write as fast as the messages come. Now we all know that in some aspects or most aspects, especially when we're in the runner chaser dynamic, or when we are at odds with our twin flame, um, any twin flame coach will have told you they're your mirror, they're your reflection. If there's something you're judging in them, criticizing in them, look within you. Where are you acting that way? Where are you? For example, if somebody is commitment phobic, so in which area of your life, in what aspect of your life are you not committing? It's not necessarily committing to your twin. Where are you afraid of committing? Maybe you're afraid of committing to a steady job, and you keep being a free floater because you do not like to be tied down, or be answerable in a job scenario. And when you start healing and understanding from where that fear is coming, and that does not necessarily mean that you will get into a committed job scenario, but you would have questioned where it is coming from, and you would have healed that, and then you can make an informed decision and choice, rather than you're letting your fears or something that you don't understand dictate your choices. It will be your discernment rather than feeling like life is pushing you, or what other choice did I have, kind of an energy to it. Keeping that in mind, this very brief message that I got today was: use your reflection, that is your twin, to see thyself in glory and dismay. So everything that you see glorious about them as a victory, or as your deep connection, or that happiness, or in dismay when you're in pain, when you're in trauma, when you're angry, when you're being judgmental, when you're dissing them, use that to see yourself honestly, because that's the first job, is to show you everything about yourself. Use the mirror, that is your divine partner, your twin, to understand and conquer. What do you have to conquer is coming, to become the best version of thyself. I'll repeat that. Use the mirror to understand. First, you have to understand and conquer, to become the best version of thyself. The thing is, the issues that the twin brings forward are those lessons that life gave you many opportunities to heal, to grow from, be it with your parents, your siblings, your friends, your colleagues, your exes, your ex husband, wife, whoever. But for whatever reason, you were stuck in certain beliefs or justifications or understandings or fears or whatever, ego, that you are not able to learn certain lessons. So your twin has brought those lessons right back to you to help you overcome them. And so use the mirror to understand and conquer, to become the best version of thyself. That is your second thing, your second most important thing vis-a-vis the twin flame. Use your mirror to guide you to your highest peak. Use your mirror to guide you. Use, for example, if you see a certain potential inside of your twin, or they see something in you which you may not even recognize within you. Uh, for example, my twin always tells me, and this has been right from the start, that I am, he may not know the vocabulary as of now, but what he does say is with his gestures and when he's using his hand to say that you are way above, and what he's trying to say is dimensionally, and that he's not yet completed where he's at, right? So use your mirror to guide you to your highest peak. Let them complete their journey. Focus on becoming your best version and to reach your highest peak in every aspect of yourself and then your external life. First, your inner life and then your external life. That's how you will reach the peak. Okay, to reach the peak here, first you have to go down and then externally. To defeat the past, to break the chains. Use your mirror to defeat the past and to break the chains. You have to see what you're working towards, what you are moving, what you really are. You are unconditional love. You're a being of the divine source. You are light. You're a light worker. And now, whatever was in the past or whatever was shackling you, be it your orthodox belief systems, be it a commitment that you made before you met your twin, be it a toxic situation, you now can use the energy. You can now use the uh, mirror that is your twin to know how to break those chains, how to defeat that past, or how to move through that past, how to move through your fears. Because whenever you have a word of advice for your twin, apply it in your life as well. Use the mirror to see your wounds. See your wounds wherever you see them carrying a wound. Look at it as a physical mirror. When you look, you can see where do you have your acne marks, where are you developing your crow feet, where do you have a scar, where whatever is the flaw in you, and then you can decide what is the course of action. You want to apply some kind of salve? Do you need to go and start doing your crunches to get rid of the belly after the vacations and holiday season? The way we literally use our mirror to figure out where are the wounds, where do we perceive our flaws? Are they truly flaws, or are they not even visible? Or not visible, but I'm talking about, are they really flaw, or is it something that the society has projected on you, that to be considered good you have to adhere to certain things? This smoke today somehow is getting to me. I do not know why, because I've been using the same incense, and in fact today was the last one, but today it's really getting to me. So that in itself is a very long message, but I'm just going to repeat it in its entirety. And the I had kind of got one line up and down, so I'm going to try and say it in the way it had come. Use your reflection to see thyself in glory and dismay. Use the mirror to understand and conquer to defeat the past, to break the chains, to see your wounds, to become the best version of thyself. Use your mirror to guide you to your highest peak. Yes, that was what had come. So now, with these changing energies, very important dates coming up, we being in December and Mercury is stationary. Oh my God, today I just can't seem to say that word. Station. Okay, Mercury going direct tomorrow. We are going to start feeling a bit of respite from, and also if you have used this Mercury retrograde and all the retrogrades prior, and if you have been listening to the guidances that I have been giving and following the tools and advices and surrendering and being in prayer and meditation, working towards taking certain decisions in your life, learning to move away from toxic situations or relationships, by now you have got extreme amount of clarity. You have got a flow chart of how you need to proceed, what are the actions you need to take, what do you need to do, what you need to get rid of. And when it comes to certain relationships that are very, very close, such as family, some of you do have toxic parents, narcissistic or abusive parents, or siblings, and or a certain very close family members, or somebody who has sexually abused you, an uncle or whoever, and yet due to social niceties or for not wanting to hurt certain people, you have not yet broken away, and now you have realized that for your inner peace and for you to finally take back your power and to start your healing, you need to move away. One of the easiest way for you to be able to do this is ask yourself from at a very neutral point, and from a very, very honest point of view, be very honest and direct and take as long as you need to, is ask yourself, if this was something that a friend, an acquaintance or colleague of mine had done to me repeatedly, despite me building my boundaries, explaining why something is uncomfortable for me or it's unacceptable to me, and they keep repeating that behavior, would I have continued staying in that relationship? If it was my husband, if it was a friend, one of those equations, ask yourself, if it was one of those people, would I have continued staying in touch? Even if I did not cause a fight, would I have at least moved away from that situation and use that to decide whether you are putting up with things that are really, really unhealthy for you? It is extremely crucial because December is taking us towards the culmination of what this entire year has been, letting go, clearing out our space, our mind, emotional, causal body, our cellular memory. Another thing that you might be facing at this time or after a few days is a lot of issues coming up with your parents, grandparents. It can be your father issues, it can be your mother issues coming back in a repetition. Of course, it will also shed light on how much you have healed those aspects or not. You know, it's all wonderful to think you're healed and enlightened till you actually get to spend some time from with your parents or people from your childhood, you know, and they bring that energy right back into your life. So how are you dealing with it? How quickly can you snap out of it? How are you able to, how quickly are you able to see the lesson in that situation? So use this time is going to bring that up, because a lot of us are clearing out bloodlines, ancestral stuff, and especially core issues and core wounds, a lot of dysfunction that we are seeing projected into our twin flame dynamic. In our situation with our twin flame is coming from the dysfunction that we have been passed with from our parents. For example, if one of your parents or both your parents were emotionally not available for you, or were not very communicative, or they were not very expressive about their emotions, and now you're finding that your twin flame is uh, behaving exactly the same way. And so you cannot change your parents. Yes, you have already worked on changing your perception of it, accepted it, forgiven them, forgiven yourself, but something seems to still be blocking your twin flame, and it is because you have to release that core issue, and you have to clear that entire program from your bloodline, from your cellular memory, if possible, collapse those timelines. Past life regression can be a big help, and especially if you go to a hypnotherapist or a past life regression therapist who herself or himself is a twin flame, and explain to them exactly why you need to clear out certain dynamics that have played out in your childhood, and you're still carrying those wounds. Even if it has healed, the scar remains. The scar tissue needs to now be removed, because that is probably what is keeping your twin in that dynamic. Another heads up over here is now that the feminines, a lot of the feminines, or at least one or two waves of the feminines, are coming to nearly the end. Those who have been working, not those who have just been listening, but who are actually implementing and growing, meditating, getting epiphanies, taking guidances from their gods, from working spiritually. They have really been working, clearing their chakras and taking healings and all of that. A lot of them are now towards coming closer to their end of at least their lessons and all of that, and then it will be the masculine's time. They are also going through it, and the feminines seem to go in a spiral staircase kind of a way, but what the masculines, how they do it is they go like that, and then they start clearing out, and they come up, and it's like they do it with a bang, and they do it really quickly. So but they, after yours is over, it doesn't mean yay, harmonious union coming right now. It is going to be a little play out, is going to be worked out, because especially for those who have karmic partners, a lot of the karmic partners are actually meant to be with their own divine partners or soulmates, and they are going to be prompted, and they are going to be going through their healings, and you know the thing has to play out in a very conducive, amiable way, because this is not a typical 3D relationship of he my man, he my man, she my woman, and you're scratching each other's eyes. Here it is about unity consciousness, treating everyone with the love that you would treat yourself with. And if somebody is not showing you love, it reflects on mostly them, that they don't love themselves. Okay, so there are a lot of changes coming up, and I got completely this was a very important message too, but what I had started off by saying is December is 12. 12 is one beginning, 2 is about balance, put together it is 3, the Holy Trinity. Can you see the significance right there? And then there are very important dates. Um, you know, 12 for sure, 21st for sure. Number 3, which has just gone by. 6th December, 7th December. Then there's going to be 22nd of December. There are many dates. I'll try and write it in the description box or in the comment section, so that those of you who are interested, you can check out the very important, significant dates when a lot of stuff is going to be happening. For there was something that is just slipped my mind right now. Um, so yes, if you have been feeling a very strange, um, intimate energy, or feeling very emotionally pulled, romantically pulled, feeling like a tug uh, somewhere between your heart chakra and your solar plexus, and feeling like the higher self of your divine masculine is either communicating with you, or is there's a sense of urgency, or you keep hearing quotes or messages about time is running out, it's crunch time, it's now or never, tick tock. If those are the kind of phrases you keep hearing or reading or coming across it, um, well, what is happening is you're being asked to, pick up the pace, to step up, to stop sitting in the victim mentality or waiting for your divine masculine, and to see evidence and things like that, and to take charge and see, okay, now that I've got my finances in order, what about my friend circle? Is this the friend circle I really want? Are they truly non-toxic? Are they keeping me stuck in the 3D matrix? Are they helping me evolve, or are they preventing me? Are they trying to pull me back to my codependencies, my addictions, my weaknesses? I used to overeat, or I used to like drinking alcohol, and now when I'm trying to quit, are they pulling me back to those energies? Are they judging me? Are they mocking my attempts at creating a better life for myself? You know, then you move. You have to keep re-looking which of your area, is it my physical health? Have I really been paying attention to my physical health? Or this year was a year of so much inner cleansing and a lot of detoxification, a lot of dealing with purgings and triggers, that a lot of us may have fallen behind on, say, a health regime. Or, for example, this year I was told very categorically not to schedule uh, a calendar for my workshops, because the energies were going to be very, very erratic and unpredictable. And so I was given, like, announce it a couple of days or maximum a few days before, and tell the people to be a little flexible with the timings. And so I avoided doing workshops this year. And because um, most people, they do want to have a time and a date and a schedule and whatever. So even with my readings, I always make sure that people who are giving me orders for personal readings, I always tell them to believe in divine timing, and that sometimes it may be a little up and down, but the correct message will come to you when the time is right. And sometimes it just, I'm sitting here and ready to do someone's reading, and it's like no. And then there's sometimes, if I'm not in my best of energies and I'm not clearly channeling because I'm going through my own upgrades, then I cannot bring forward the best messages. So that is, the energies, the changes. You might be feeling the tug, you may be getting vivid dreams, you may be getting messages loud and clear, but what you have to do is stay in balance. Keep checking which aspect of yours you have not really mastered. Or oh yeah, there was one more very deep message over here, and this is specifically for divine feminines in the female body. Is you have, a lot of you are feeling frustrated because you're feeling you're not being able to get through or communicate with your divine masculine, or you seem to feel that when you try, they are not responding or not giving you the answers, and they shrug it off saying, I don't know, I don't have the time, I'm too tired, I'm too busy, whatever. Have you not? And what is coming, which came through as a very, very divine wonderful guidance, if you're finding yourself stuck in that energy, is to get your divine masculine to feel his emotions, and hence be able to tell you where he is at emotionally currently, uh, without threatening him, without making him feel he's going to be judged or criticized. Oh my God, you're still not here. Not that kind of an energy. But if you want him to know his feelings, to um, explore his feelings, which is his feminine side, what you have to do is come into your masculine side while communicating with your divine masculine. Now, what does that mean? It means masculines, male gender, has a very different way of communicating. when they are communicating, men like to know exactly what are you asking. When you say, how are you feeling, that makes literally no sense to them. Make your communication as a professional, as you would talk, giving instruction. It should not be a complaint. For example, you're always busy. That's a complaint. It is genuine, it is what you're feeling, but what you intended to say was, uh, I want time from you. So in this week, can you check your calendar and tell me when is it possible for me to meet you? When can we get some time together? When you ask directly, you're more likely going to get direct, clear answers from them. And when you're asking about emotions, again, label it for them. Instead of saying, what do you feel towards me, which makes no sense to them, to get them in their female energy, talk like a man and talk direct to the point. Stay in your masculine energy while receiving the answer. Okay, so which means if you want to know, are you ready for commitment, or if you want to know, are you in love with me? Don't say, I don't mean anything to you, and hope that he will say you mean the world to me or I love you. If your question is, does he love me? It would be better. And this is, of course, for those of you who are in communication and if you've been in silence for the longest time and in separation, don't go around suddenly asking, do you love me? All right, you will get your chance, and these videos are going to be equally useful for you at that time. So just absorb this information and implement it when your wave and your turn comes. In the meantime, stay strong and keep doing your inner work. At this time in December, I'm very heavily guided to keep on repeating this message is that you have to really meditate, really pray, and really find quiet time. By meditation, I don't mean you need to sit in Padmasana or lotus pose or something. It just means sit quietly, don't chase thoughts, try to keep a sense of silence and stillness within you by switching off, um, your mind from everything, by just zoning out, by just chilling, as you would say, without actively pursuing a thought or a list of things to do, or I need answer to this, or I need to pray to God for that. Just try and sit in stillness and silence, in solitude every day for some time, to listen. And whenever the intuition comes, please start writing it down, because it may not immediately make sense, but over the next few months, a lot of what you're getting, divine guidance or your intuition is telling you, is going to start playing out, and you're going to understand why you have received certain answers. From this new moon, please get into the practice of gratitude, and especially for your divine partnership. Take your focus away from all that went wrong, everywhere you have felt it was unfair, unjust, where you feel you were not given your dues, or you're getting frustrated, or you're so tired. Take your focus away and be in gratitude. Be in gratitude for everything that you have, but especially make space in that gratitude list for experiencing this divine connection, for being in this soulful connection, for being given an opportunity to clear out lifetimes worth of karma and lessons, and to find the hidden blessings to help you get rid of toxic people, connections, attachments, the devil energies, to find your own power, to find how you can empower yourself to take your power back. So be in gratitude for, especially to your twin flame, for being that mirror, for taking on that very difficult job of showing you where you need to grow, where you need to heal, where are you still carrying wounds, where are you still in expectations, where are you still in your ego. So give that December is going to bring everyone miracles and your problems, miraculous solutions, and divine intervention, because I do feel a lot of that is going to be coming up, and I don't know why. I have been shuffling throughout talking, and so since that I do not read uh, these cards as like playing cards are to be read differently from tarot, but I am an intuitive reader, and I will tell you the messages that come to me. So. And I have put it in two rows. Okay, so I see a lot of you finally getting a breakthrough in some in a situation where you were feeling constrained, be it in money, be it not being able to make time for what was important. This can be for you or your divine partner. You do mirror each other. uh, you will find that you're able to bring a balance to a certain situation that has kept you juggling between two situations, whether you were indecisive about two options, be it a job, between two people, two relationships, should I, shouldn't I, that kind of energy, and that you're going to move ahead feeling secure and feeling healed from all the grief and pain and everything that you have been carrying for the longest time, where there was a lot of changes that were taking place in your life. And what is coming to you is the King of Diamonds. Okay, and for me this is the most sorted of the kings, which is he gives you time, he gives you money, he gives you solid foundation, he gives you grounding, he gives you answers. He does not ever say I don't know, and he's not afraid of taking charge of a certain situation. So that is the energy that could be yours or your masculines or both of yours. And what is wonderful here is that you have been planting seeds and working towards something in this entire year, and this could have been going on for 7 months, 9 months, or longer. And you have been feeling stuck and feeling that not much progress has happened, but the good news is that it is going to take place very soon. This, you know, there is what I am seeing is the change is coming, and that whatever was the annoying factor, it is going to leave now, and it is taking you towards solid, feeling solid, grounded, feeling you're getting the answers, the clarity that you needed, something that was keeping you stuck in your mind in a mental conflict and keeping you, like I said, in grievances and feeling grief and pain. Grievances is complaints. But now you seem to be moving out of that and towards feeling empowered, feeling reassured, feeling that yes, you have got this, and that you don't have to feel stuck anymore, that you can leave that shit behind, because you know that you are stepping into much better time, and there is a lot of prosperity. You will make time for things that are important to you. And let me just pull out from my tarot. Yes, this is beautiful. There is justice that is coming, moving to calmer waters. Twice I was about to say this, and moving away from a situation that was unfulfilling, that was keeping you feeling very unhappy, going in search for what is my truth, what really makes me happy, what is it that I'm destined for, looking at your fears, dealing with your hidden fears, dealing with hidden aspects, your shadow aspects that have kept you stuck in very murky and turbulent water, in choppy water, in arguments and conflicts. And now you have decided that I'm going to heal, I'm going to take rest, I'm going to just take time off, move away, and I know that the divine is bringing me justice. And this could, I don't know where this it could indicate divorce for some of you that is just coming up. Okay, So this was a reading which was completely unplanned. I did bring out this deck because I wanted to leave you all with some messages from your divine partner, from the higher self of your divine partner, something that you really need to hear at this time, or you need a certain guidance or message or whatever they want to say to you at this time. So life is a series of constantly shifting cycles. When we resist change, we resist the natural flow of life and create unnecessary stress. Go with the flow, you will be surprised where it leads. Did I or did I not? Have I not been saying that? In fact, today in the audio that I made for my regular subscribers, that's what I was saying. This is the time to go with the flow, let the steering wheel be with the divine. Keep surrendering every time your brain comes up with a certain question or tries to push you back in. I want an answer. I want to know when is it going to happen. Keep surrendering, and just know that the divine plan and divine timing is at work for sure. Balance. Love is not always about agreeing just for the sake of it. A great relationship is one that both supports and challenges, but it's also bringing you a message to be in balance and to also see another's perspective. We need true friends who can challenge us or agree to disagree with us, but even with our twin flame, we can have something or different experiences in our lives which have given us different perspectives, and that's just fine. One can be indoorsy and the other is outdoorsy, or one is an extrovert and the other is an introvert. One is great at articulating their thoughts, feelings, and everything, and the other cannot even find basic words. But that's where you are going to find your balance, and you have to learn to live with the differences of each other, to bridge that polarity that you both have. Reflection. Give each other some space at the moment. Trust and have faith that all will work out for the best. Yes, the hermit energy is there. There will be a lot of twins who will, again, even if you are in communication, you may feel that it is not as warm or as communicative or something, because right now there is going to be a little bit of introspection again, because it's very important that solitude, that mulling over, that being in silence is very important. And also, why I'm amused is because the piece that I channeled also had the word reflection several times. Beware of what you are projecting, for the qualities you admire in one another are qualities you both possess. Equally so, the qualities you don't like are also your own reflection. The same message which has come through when I was in the channel message. And if you notice, a lot of what I have already spoken about is what is coming out in the cards. And a message for you is the final card. I am thinking of you this very moment. Your love fills me with light. I love you. And that is your divine masculine's message to you at this time. So I'm going to leave you with a lot of love and light. I hope you found some guidance, insight, something to ponder and reflect on, some help. And if you did, I would really appreciate if you continue to like, to give it a thumbs up, to share in your groups or with your friends who might find it helpful. And I do appreciate and acknowledge everyone who comments, and if you have any questions, they're welcome as well. And I do leave you with so much love, so many hearts for all of you. So much love and light. God bless you all. This is Nikita.